Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Esther because it's fantastic, or you can call me MsTopacJay. Actually call me Esther, that's my birth name. Okay, MsTopacJay is an alias, which is important to me as well. So anyway, so in today's video we're going to be trying out or reviewing the new SOPH eyeshadow palette. This is an eyeshadow palette SOPH does nails, did in collaboration with Makeup Revolution, and Sophie is one of the ambassadors for Makeup Revolution as well, in case you don't know. And if you know who Sophie is, this is what she looks like right here. She's a YouTuber with 500,000 subscribers. Okay, so this eyeshadow palette comes with 24 eyeshadows in them. Okay, so this is what the eyeshadow palette, the outside packaging of the eyeshadow palette looks like. Okay, this is the box right here. I really like it. It's almost kind of army camouflage color, but it's pinkish, and of course it's cardboard, and at the back you see the shades that are in the eyeshadow palette itself. This is what the eyeshadow palette itself looks like inside the outer packaging, and it's just a plain packaging with her name SOPH right there and Makeup Revolution, and on it says 24 ultra professional eyeshadows, and at the back it's just ingredients and whatnot. Okay, the pen size in this eyeshadow palette, they say it's each pen size is 1.1 gram, in case you're wondering. All right, another thing that I mentioned is the fact that the eyeshadow palette itself comes with a little plastic sleeve inside of it that says the shade name on it. And one of the things I like about eyeshadow palettes is when the eyeshadow names, individual names, are written on the palette. If it doesn't have eyeshadow names, I don't mind that, but if it comes with names, I would prefer it to be written on the palette itself. But I understand, like, you know, because when you're looking at this eyeshadow palette right here, you see that there's not enough space for them to put the eyeshadow names, so I understand that as well. So this is a shade Nightmare. I literally don't like names like this, but we're gonna roll with it. Okay, this is shade Nightmare. It's a black shade. This is a shade Mixed Berry. It's a purple shade. It's a shimmer shade. This is a shade Pine Tree. It's a green shade. It's a shade Petrol, which I find quite interesting. Can you see that? And this shade right here is the shade Copper Tea, and I swatched up because that's what I will be gravitating towards for transition or setting my eyelid and whatnot. Okay, and as you can see, there's quite a fair bit of pigment on the shadows. So looking at this palette, it's easy to see that it's a combination of matte and shimmer shadows. So there's about 10 shimmer shades and 14 matte shadows in here, which is good. So I've already prepped my eyelid with a Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Deep, and then I set it with the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. So now I'm going to go ahead and start applying the shadows on my eyes to see the blendability and the pigmentation and whatnot. Okay, all right, so now that I've come a little bit closer, let me just share with you guys real quick. I'm only going to be using 2 eyeshadow brushes right here. The first one comes in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture and Modern Renaissance palette, and the second one is the brush that comes in the Urban Decay Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. Okay, I don't always use like a lot of foundation, a lot of brushes. I'm gonna use 1 to 2 brushes and I stick with it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and grab the shade Copper Tea, and I'm gonna place that in my crease area just to kind of see if that's going to pick up a little bit. This is a skin tone color, so it matches my skin perfectly, which is good. So I would need a different shade for transition. I don't know what color I'm going to do yet, but we're going to figure it out. I'm going in with the shade Danger. Okay, oh, that's a beautiful shade. I'm just putting this in my crease area, and I'm in a wind wipe motion. It blends really nicely. I like it. There's quite a fair bit of a pigment payoff there, but when you pick it up and then you tap it off, there's less of a payoff. Do you know what I mean? But then again, when I pick it up and then apply it without dusting it off, it doesn't get clumpy, which is really good. It's still quite easy to blend. I'm gonna pick up the shade Penguin, which is a lighter shade, a white shade actually. I'm gonna put this in my brow bone, which I need to fix my brows. As you can see, I've had this brows on for about 10 to 11 hours now. I'm gonna go into the shade Rosewood, and I'm gonna put this in my outer corner. Rosewood is a brown shade. All right, so now this is what I was preparing myself for. I'm going to go into this black shade right here. I don't want to say the name. It's Nightmare, which I do not want to have tonight, but I'm still gonna have faith that I'm not gonna have Nightmare at all, and still go ahead and apply it. I'm gonna place it on top of Rosewood. This is why I picked up Rosewood, to kind of prepare me for the dark shade, because I don't want to go straight in with the dark shade. Okay, and there's quite a fair bit of kickback as well. Ooh. I forgot to tap it off. You see that? And there's no fallout. Look at that. That's amazing. There's no fallout at all. Nightmare when am I? God forbid. God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. And I'm going to pick up the shade Danger while I blend this out. So I add a little bit more contrast and kind of soften Nightmare. to soften the darker shade a little bit more. Alright, so now I'm picking up the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade 10 Sand, and I'm going to use this to kind of clean up my lid space a little bit. Let me try this shade that's really intriguing me, the shade Petrol. This might be a bad idea, but if I feel like it's a bad idea, I'm going to change it straight away, okay? Alright, and I'm grabbing it with a flat hand, which is not really picking up anything. Oh, it did. Picked up a fair bit. I think I picked up too much. Ooh. I don't like the shade. I don't like the shade, and it's simply because the outer V is already kind of dark. I would like the inner corner, the inner lid to be brighter. So I'm gonna change that. Oh, it's not gonna wipe off. I'm gonna have to just pack a color on top of it. Actually, let me just finish it. Let me stick with this. Let's write this out. I mean, the shadow itself performed really well, but I don't like the color. So my color choice is what I'm not happy with. I'm just grabbing the shade Grow Hold. Oh, that's funny. I'm just putting it on top of it. This is a fail. I don't like this. Okay, maybe once I put shadow on, lashes on, it will look better. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like after I put lashes on. I'm still not happy with the color I chose, but we're gonna roll with it. It's all about the blendability of this eyeshadow. Okay, let's just stick with that. Okay, please, I beg you. Alright, I just didn't like the color I chose. I couldn't turn back from it. Now, would I recommend this eyeshadow palette? I still would, but you need to proceed with caution. By that I mean, like with these shadows, like right here, you're not necessarily going to get a lot of payoff when you're going with a brush. You're not going to get a lot of payoff, because that's what happened to me when you're comparing it to going in with your finger. You see that? That's with my finger, that's with the brush. See, that's what I'm saying, okay? If you like colors like this, you can still use this palette as a standalone palette. You know, you can still get a nice natural look out of this palette. You can get a day-night look, you get a nighttime look from this palette. So I love that about this palette, because of the shimmer shades in there and the fall shades in there as well. So that's fantastic. All right, so I would still recommend this eyeshadow palettes in case you're wondering, especially if you're into palettes that you can easily transition from day to night looks. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I just spat. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, okay? And comment down below, what do you guys think about this palette? As always, whatever you're doing, to love yourself, okay? And I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye bye.